because these can be, for anybody who's a skeptic, sometimes they work at certain places and sometimes they don't, but they will make you not a skeptic after you're done. So would anyone like to hold these and try? We tried with Daniel and he seems to have some sort of like ghost blocking mechanism that seriously, like everybody but him, they work for it. So he said this happens to him a lot.
My wife says she feels like I can't be trusted in my opinion about ghosts because
Who would like to try? Because I'll ask some questions. Okay. So we do it that way to avoid. Do you know how to hold? All right, so this is a really easy way for spirits to communicate because they're made out of copper, which is an energy conducer, and as you know, they feed off of energy. So whatever spirits are in here, we would love to talk to you again. We're really excited to meet you. Can you please walk over to those pair of dowsing rods and form an X with them? Bring them together. If you can hear us, please form an X with those dowsing rods that he's holding. If there's any spirits that can hear us in here, thank you. I told you to change the stuff.
Did you feel it moving?
Thank you.
Guys, I didn't move my hands at least.
Did you feel like
you'll feel it moving?
Did
Like
you feel
yeah.
energy?
Yeah, I feel like
It works for him, by the way, Daniel.
Hey, the K2. This is
Oh, K2's going on.
K2 is going off too.
Thank you. So that was probably from that one that's over here. We definitely, you guys are getting a great presentation. Awesome. Thank you. Are you from the cemetery? If you're from the cemetery, can you please bring them back together?
to be clear, they have moved in my presence quite a bit in the past. So.
His presence. Yeah.
In my, not when I was holding them.
But now he's holding.
When other people
I had to
hold
move for
them.
me too. It's pretty cool.
Can you, so are you not, let's go. Can you please close them if you're from the cemetery? I'm just going to ask one more time. May not be the cemetery. Can you touch his shoulder with one of those if you could see us? Touch his arm. Move one of them and touch his arm if you could see us. Can you see us? Thank you. Oh my God! That's so weird. What? It's okay. We're going to move the ground. So we need to set up like a big ghost hunt and move the ground.
See, how do you rule out?
So there is, you got it. On this camera, there's a stick figure bouncing around the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's hopping around. He's like checking it out.
Keep an eye on this.
If anybody wants to see, he's got a stick figure.
Well, I got his stick figure, but there's one that was like
That last cruising around.
skipping around.
So what do you want me to ask?
Is it like a small
You want me to ask? Man, woman? Yeah. All right, if you're,
See him right there?
oh, on the table.
Yeah, see that? And he's going over here.
If you're a man, please bring them back together.
Or she, could be she.
Make an X. If you're a man, we want to know if you're a man or a woman.
Cherie, there's one sitting in the
Thank you.
chair right there.
Are you kidding me?
Right down by your hands, yeah.
That's my chair.
No, you got a haunted chair, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Did you used to attend the university? Were you a student here? If you were, touch his arm with one of those, please. Open it back up if you're a student. Yes, thank you.
All right, well, that means
Amazing.
it's not a woman if we're talking before 1970.
Well, he said he was a man. Yeah, he said he was a man.
He is a man, also probably not black. It's just the truth, guys. It's how it went. I'm sorry to tell you.
Thank you so much, sir. Do you know Thomas Jefferson? This is really recent.
Oh my God, is it Thomas Jefferson?
I mean, that's...
There's nothing about it.
I'm trying to figure out the time here. All right, do you know Thomas Jefferson? If you do, please touch his arm with one of those.
Keeps appearing there.
Do you
Nope, there's this
personally
map in
know
the
Thomas
chair.
Jefferson? Have you met him? If you do, if you did, please touch his arm with one. If you met Thomas
It's
Jefferson.
kind of like pretty active for it to be the chair.
Nope. Okay, so they didn't meet him.
There's one in the chair again, I think. It's hard to tell if it's in that chair right in front of you, Cherie.
Wait, so is
Oh,
the
really?
ghost like
Yeah.
touching those things, or is the ghost like just making it happen?
We you don't always see every ghost through that, by the way. So he could be over there making it happen, or it can just be their energy. We're not totally sure. We have seen them in the past over by the rods when it's
And
happened.
the thought is they kind of use your energy to make the rods move. Because if you do them for a really long time and you're getting a lot of activity, you'll get like really start feeling really tired. First time I did it, I was
Yeah.
like,
You get a
I was
good
wiped out.
hangover.
I was wiped out, yeah, for a while.
You're calling
It was a real feeling. Like I don't think it was, you know.
Okay, well then, let's see. Did you go to school here between 1950 and the year 2000? Please form an X if you went here between 1950 and the year 2000.
He's kicking you now. Sure.
He's kicking me?
Yeah, he's striking at you. I don't know. It might be the chair. It might be
Could
napping
be
the
just
chair.
matching
Yeah.
it all out.
But he's an actor.
So
He's an actor. Whatever.
Did you go here between 1900 and 1950? Did you go to college here between 1900?
Well, there's another one. Sheree, this one's like a, oh, no, it's mapping the guy in the corner.
Please form an X. Yeah, it already. So it's 1900 to 1950. Form an X if that's when you went to the university.
That's true.
Wow. So who would it be? It
Just
could
in this-
be anybody.
Just in this stuff down
Gosh.
here.
Man, what poor soul wants their university? You know what I mean? Like,
Does anybody have a question you want to ask?
I guess college really were the best days of his life. To come back and.
I'm going to turn this Paratech app on that'll allow him to talk, and maybe we can get a name, but.
Shoot, I have another kind of spirit box.
Okay.
Although, this is para force. Spirit box. This is another spirit box.
I just want to know because when you watch someone else here, it looks like someone's hands.
Yeah, it's a hard thing.
Through here.
Okay, so whoever was communicating with us, if you
Are you supposed to, sorry, can I just ask?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to touch the bottom of these things or no? You're
No.
supposed to touch the
No, you're
handles?
not.
No.
Just
Okay.
touch
Yeah.
the sheet.
Just the
I just want to make
sleeve.
sure I do it right.
So that way they're
Yeah.
like free floating. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we should have gave lessons, sorry. We'll wait for them to stop moving.
You might need a little more distance too between your hands.
I'm just getting over this. Okay.
That's all right. They understand. Can you tell us your name, sir? We went to the university. It's a nice group.
There's like 12 different speeds. It has a Faraday cage. If you hit this button, it isolates just this room.
Sir, if you're still in here with us, can you please bring those dowsing rods back together to form an X? Please, if you're still in here, form an X. Please bring those rods back together. We still want to talk to you. Whoever can hear us. Away. You're not supposed to go away. If there's anyone that can hear us, can you please, well, they're doing it that way. Hey, that counts. It's an X. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is this the same gentleman we were talking to who went to the university between 1900 and 1950? Can you open them back up for yes? Or you could say yes to that box on the table. Did you attend the university? Please point the dowsing rods away from her for yes.
Crazy figures back on the table again. So maybe something's gonna happen.
Okay.
Jump.
If you attended the university, point the rods at the windows, please, for yes. If you went to UVA, please point them at the window for yes. Darn it, we might have left. All right. Thank you. Do both of them, please. Point both of them to the windows. Can you do a little faster? You're doing a great job. Bring them together. Let's try and move them.
Can you feel something trying to play with them?
Yeah, but you can kind of
Usually-
feel it pushing, which is really weird.
That is weird.
It is. That's
Especially because it was towards me and going that way. Because like I'm not like even if I'm shaking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why it's
real
shoving
subtle
that
kind of
way.
energy you feel. Yeah.
She wants to know that you're there. Can you please, thank you. Can you please move the other rod and point it at the window? He's trying
Sorry.
to. That's okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
That was excellent though. Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to get them to hold them.
Yeah, they're like a balancing act.
Yeah. Looks like it's
Thank you.
responding to something, the way they're moving.
Yeah. It just keeps moving. Do you like us talking to you? If you do, please form an X with those rods. If you like talking to us. Thank you. Thank you so much. We enjoy talking to you too. Did you like going to school here? If you did, touch her shoulder with one of those, please. That's a pretty big yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Thank you. Any questions? I'm always the one asking questions, so.
You're doing good. Sometimes it seems like spirits will respond to one person better than the other. So you're doing good.
You're teaching this class about the paranormal. Thank you for doing that for us. Is there more than one spirit in here? Point one of the rods at her chest if there's more than one. Oh yeah. It's like,
No way.
thank you so much. If anyone can think of something.
Someone else want to try?
Anyone speak another language? So I always thought this would be fun. Do ghosts understand English or do they understand our ghosts?
Okay.
Right? So if you ask them something in Spanish or,
I'll ask him.
all right, we're gonna ask you another language.
All right. Who wants to hold him for the other language?
Do you feel weird now?
They're just freaky because it's like watching someone else do it, it just looks like their hands are shaking. But when you're doing it, like when it's pointing at you and then pushing back, like that's when it's weird.
So if it's truly working through you, you will feel kind of weird. You feel strange. And the longer you do it, you actually end up feeling pretty tired. The first time I did it for like half an hour, and I was afterwards, I'm like, oh my God. I just want to go to sleep. We were getting a lot of activity on them too. We found out this location we were at that was making all this crazy stuff.
So I guess I'll get it started and then we'll have him, or do you just want him to start off?
Yeah, you know what? You take it over from here. You're the
and then
expert here.
let him
Yeah.
jump in and, okay. All right, so if you're still in here, this young lady would love to talk with you. I'm trying to think of a good question to ask. Did you graduate from the university? If you did, can you please form an X? If you graduated from UVA, please make an X with those for yes. Thank you.
That was
Man.
really bizarre.
Right, isn't it weird? You just when you're watching
I
that,
didn't
it just looks like
expect
hands
galving
shaking.
rods to be the thing that really
They're surprising.
sold it to you all over.
I actually did. I was counting on those. Because equipment's equipment and, you know. Okay, I'm going to have a gentleman ask you a question. Can you touch her shoulder with one of those if you'll answer him for me?
¿Me entiendes si te hablo en español?
Thank you. Did you understand his question? Form an X if you understood his question. Please. He'll ask again. If you understand what he's asking you, make an X, please. If you don't mind, can you repeat the question?
¿Me entiendes si te hablo en español? Forma una X.
Wow. It understands you. Thank you. There's your answer.
Now I'm going to do extensive, forget my dissertation, I'm going to do extensive experiments in foreign language ghost communication.
There you go.
I know we're running out of a little time, but well, can you say goodbye to us and touch her shoulder with one of those to say goodbye? Probably doesn't want to.
Oh, that's weird though.
You could, it's like someone's moving it, right?
Yeah. It doesn't move smoothly. It's like
We have one more question. What do you want to?
Oh, are you in here with us every week?
What's the guy do to answer though? Officer touch the shoulder.
Make an X.
For yes, if you're in here every week. Are you in here with this class every week? Form an X if you are.
well now we're there.
We probably.
Sharia's just haunted.
We probably just.
Wait, can you ask it if it's here because you're here?
Are you?
If it followed you in like you
Did you follow me in here? Please make an X if you did, for yes. If you followed me in here, make an X for yes, please. All the way for yes. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Sorry. Well, I wanted you guys to experience the paranormal, so.
You have to go crazy or something.
Thank you. So any last minute before we, because I wanted to show you like 5 minutes of clips before we left.
Yeah, that's fine.
Any last minute questions?
Yeah, any, for this or for you?
For the dowsing.
Okay.
No, I had a question for you.
Okay.
No, do they only work if they're held by people, or have you ever like positioned them in like a stable?
Yeah.
I want to
I've tried them in a holder,
Yeah.
and I haven't gotten much activity on it.
I would love to, do you have a holder? I'd like trying to find
Yeah, when I
something
had
that
it-
would hold them.
I had it when I was done. It was like a plastic plant. And I turned it upside down and put holes in it. And then I got something I put it, remember I designed that paranormal tripod thing?
Yeah, that thing is.
So I have a thing that holds 3,000 rounds on that too. So I haven't, it seems like you do need to hold it.
I think it does use your energy, but I would like to try what he's talking about just for the heck of it because, Thank you for communicating with us.
And also with the 2 people.
Yeah, doing 2 people.
Yeah, like
Yeah, thank you. Whoops. Yeah, we actually did, when Daniel was with us, we had one person hold one rod and another person hold another rod. And it still worked. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like you do have to have something holding it. I just haven't tried it enough without a person knowing how to know for sure, but the times I have tried.
Yeah.
It's a good question, because you kind of wonder, because sometimes you can budget a little bit if you let your hands drift or something like that, so.
Yeah.
Also, cheap black light, $10, $15. You can blind people with it, so I'm not gonna point it at you. Literally, you're not supposed to look at it. But it does come in handy for like enhancing a dark area where you think you might get Also, paranormal is expensive, but if you start getting into it like we are, it's really helpful. Sometimes you can catch an entity or see temperature fluctuations or color changes.
If you had to have one piece of equipment, I don't know how you feel, Sheree, but I think a recorder, a digital recorder, because probably the most common thing that I catch is audio stuff, except for the SLS. If I had to have, if cost wasn't an issue, SLS would probably be a
Yeah, because you see it
But,
on there.
but if you're trying to go cheap, having a digital recorder.
And then you can try the Paratech app for your phone. I can't promise you'll get the same. And dowsing rounds are only like $12. Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of big experience you have are personal experiences where you're not recording. So it's like, sometimes it's like, oh, I could have got that on camera, or I could have got that on audio. It was really cool.
Turn the lights down there.
Yeah, this is just a great example of a couple things we were just discussing really quick. But this is the Shadow Man at the Exchange Hotel. Now, when we caught this was like back when I would consider myself a little more of an amateur. But we didn't even know that we were catching a Shadow Man. And except at the very end, one of the participants said, I swear I see a dark figure, blah, blah, blah. But we were all sitting perfectly still. It was during a thunderstorm. It was amazing. Just all.
I wasn't here for this, but I can vouch the Exchange is very active. I've been there three or 4 times.
Is it? Hold on. Can you please tell us why you're here?
Can't really see very long.
Oh, sorry.
You might not be able to figure it out. Let's see for a second. Yeah. All right.
The lights are on.
See, there's like the grid. You talk, we can hear you.
You want to turn all the lights off? You think that will help? See that thing right? You can turn all the lights off.
Talk to her over there. We'll be able
See the
to-
bottom button, I think?
Yes?
Yeah.
And you can have your name in it.
There we go.
Yeah, but you can't see the grid on there. That's weird. That's all right. You can look it up on my website.
I should think I turned that off.
See, it's like a grid, you can see the shadow.
Turn the flashlight off, please. It's too bright.
I'll turn it.
Please turn the flashlight off for us. Right here. You see that one sitting on the chair right there?
That's okay. We'll go to the next one.
The spirit's thinking
is Solano Palace with Dawn. And just a quick, right when it starts, it shows this periscope already, one of these working, and how we have contact. It's just kind of neat to show the equipment. This was a huge event.
Wow, thank you. Member said, we're gonna remember this, don't worry. This is really cool, thank you. We got everything going.
Crazy on the screen.
Thank you.
Everything's
Hey,
like,
oh, there must be enough here. So just understand, we're just excited if this is, whoever this is doing this, you're doing a job? Yeah, it's this job. If this is, if this, yeah.
There you go. Sally Mae.
Indicate. If this is Sally Mae, please light up that periscope again, is that what it's called? Oh, look at here. Thank you. Very good.
You light up that other device too?
Mariana. The light turned off, but that's right. That was so good the way you did that. Can you do it for him? Please? We're impressed. Thank you. X. Does anybody have dowsing rods up? That's funny.
All right.
Oh my God.
all right, this is a SLS action. You see, he's gonna turn the flashlight on. You saw the arrow.
Thank you.
He keeps reaching out.
Thank you for coming back.
There's a flashlight.
That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah, look at that.
This is the quickie, not a flash.
Who's the other figure? Is that a person or is that?
No, it's another ghost
You're a
figure.
woman?
That's cool, making the light come on.
Yeah, and I think we can wait in this one, or did he just a second ago?
There you go. Can you reach out and touch my hand? So would you be like technically right in front of me?
Where was this at?
Danielle.
Thanks for turning the light back off. Can you reach out to touch my hand? Will you? Let me know. Jade. Touch my hand. Nobody here. I didn't mean to scare you off. You can please come back. Please. Someone got mine. This is a finger toe. Four. Thank you for coming back. Four. Is there 4 spirits in here? Wave to me if there's 4. It always just wave. It comes up like a stick.
So that's the kind of stuff we can get, there's another quick one.
So why didn't you pick up the other 4 spirits on that?
Please come back.
Hold on a second.
We can see you through the, thank you.
What'd you say?
That's awesome.
Why weren't the other 4 spirits getting picked up on the?
The can doesn't always pick them up. No real answer for that. Maybe they don't have enough energy to show themselves, or they were in another part of the room where we weren't filming. This guy, though, he turns the light on again. This is another. Like, watch how he'll keep moving in the arm and then the light.
This is this thing. Okay.
He keeps like he's punching it to the left.
So can you please wave to us again? Like one of your arms? Jesus. If either one of you, thank you. So you're on the left.
One on the left.
What is that, an arm? Yeah.
I think it's weird how
Can you
there's
put
an
both of
extension.
your arms up in the air?
And then the
Thank you
left.
for turning on the flashlight.
So it's like, I just thought that was weird.
You can hear us.
Did you notice when they exit sometimes, they run off?
You try to
They
put
just
your arms
don't
up
see them like,
at the same time.
did you know? They run out of the room. All right. this
The other
one.
thing with the SOS camera, the way it works, to sense things in the environment, it uses infrared light. And with spirits, there's not the kind of bounce between different spectrums of light, like visible light, this way you can actually see them with your own eyes. But then you're thought to be, could be in the ultraviolet light range, it could be in the infrared range. So potentially you could have more spirits that are just not in the infrared range for whatever reason. I don't know if they can voluntarily kind of, pick what range you're in, but those are theories, nobody knows for sure, but, it's kind of, they may bounce in between the different spectrums of light. So
Kinda like-
this being an infrared light, they may not, all the spirits may not be in the infrared zone at the same time to be detected.
Yeah, kind of like communication. Some spirits can communicate better with dowsing rods, some can communicate better with flashlights, you know, on and on. And so, all right, this last clip is really awesome. And it was at the Exchange Hotel. And there was a spirit that we're familiar with named Dr. George Bagby. He's really angry and pissy all the time. And we don't know why he is, but he's from back when it was during the Civil War. And apparently presents women not a very friendly person. So I actually literally asked him to follow us into the surgical room. So right before the camera cuts on, I say, "Is this George?" And then you'll hear it kick in, spirit box is on, and he says, "That's me." And then you can kind of see the rest of what happens. It's pretty self-explanatory in this one. This is probably one of my favorite pieces of evidence. I thought he said that's me.
It's me? Is he me? When you say that's me?
I'll show you this next.
No way.
Took the picture down off the wall.
What was the shadow though?
Do that?
I don't know.
You, before that noise, there was like a shadow, but you pointed out with the arrow. And your arrow points, looked like there was shadow. That's what you were pointing at.
Is he me? When you say that's me?
You can hear him.
See that shadow? It must have been wherever it was falling.
He's like, "Am I right?"
Did you just do that? You got the picture on the wall. That was a little too close for my comfort, yeah. You know, that was pretty wild. Did you get that? Pick it up.
We say, "Why did you do that?" And he says, "Yes, or did you do that?" He says, "Yes, I did."
Did you do that? Did you do that? Yes, I did.
And then he'll say, "Because."
Why did you do that? You scared me. Are you mad?
That was just awesome.
Come on, don't stop talking now.
We caught like a huge amount of EVPs with the spirit box in that room, like incredible. It went on and on, but the picture getting ripped off the wall was just.
If you guys are interested too, the Exchange Hotel isn't too far, like a half an hour from here. It's in Gordon.